Good evening, ladies and gents. It's Jacob on the one up top. Friday tomorrow. It's the only thing that I feel positive about. But obviously, I'm here to talk about the madness that is Tottenham Hotspur. Before you do anything, make sure you comment, like, share, subscribe, do all of that to help me boost my channel. I'm getting there slowly. I'm trying to get up to 200 subscribers. Nearly there on 184, so I'm doing all right. Small steps. But going to talk about this game quickly. I was going to go to the pub and watch this. I thought to myself, I might do that. Maybe go and have something to eat in there. I had a couple of my friends asking me to go and watch it, and then I thought, nah. I don't want to be in the pub and Harry Kane scores first and I get false hope that somehow we're going to win this game. Or I'm not going to be embarrassed. At the minute it's getting to the point where I'm borderline embarrassed to support Tottenham, man. Like, people that know me over the years, like, no matter whether we finished 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th or 14th, I used to wear my Tottenham shirt anywhere. I used to go to the shop, I'd wear it to bed, I'd get all the numbers on the back, but I know I won't ever do that again for a start, for any person or any club. But right now, I don't wear shirts because the last time I bought shirts is when I believed and when I had a plan and when I honestly thought that the chairman might like us when he doesn't. So I'm not going to go into that because I ain't got time. I need to go and find myself something to eat. So checked out the lineups just now. We've gone to a back five, which, for Ryan Mason, smart move. For me, I don't believe Ryan Mason's the sort of manager that wants to play that formation. But after what we saw at Newcastle, it's pretty clear we haven't got any fullbacks. And our centre-halves just ain't good enough in a pair. I think Longlay's good enough to play in a pair with somebody that's not erratic. But we've got Dyer and Romero both off their head. But we've gone to a back five with Perisic, left-hand side. Someone I don't believe in, but here we go. Pedro Porro, Romero, Dyer and Longley, Højbjerg and Skip. One change in the front three for a start. I'm happy to see Richarlison in there. Just need somebody that's just going to ruffle a few feathers. I think I've been crying out for somebody that's going to at least show that they care. Now, he hasn't scored, hasn't really had a great season, injuries permitting and stuff, but he's the sort of person that will get the crowd going. He might dive around, he might square up to a United defender, but that's what we need because at the minute we've got a load of timid brides. So hope Richarlison has a good game. Harry Kane will probably be looking at this thinking this is my audition, not just to see if he's going to be going Man United, but these are the games where he's going to have to continue to keep putting goals away to either move, which I think he will, or if he's going to stay at Tottenham, put a few more zeros at the end. So we'll see on that front. Son obviously on the left wing. United going forward. Looks like it could be a problem for us. It's probably smart for us to go five at the back. Rashford's gone up top. Now, he's not an out-and-out number 9, but he'll be, we've got a centre-half in Eric Dyer that doesn't engage. So, Rashford will know if he's found in the space, one-on-one, Dyer's not going to engage with him. So, that's the key area that I'm worried about. You've got Fernandes, Eriksen, feeding him, Eriksen, for them people that are in and out of the bookies. If I could tell you this live, Eriksen probably scored today. They've got Anthony, Sancho. So effectively, they've got a very fluid attacking midfield/forward five with Casemiro holding the fort. The back four, if we do our homework and push up, isn't the best. From what I'm looking at, you've got Wan-Bissaka right back, Dalot left back, Luke Shaw and Lindelof. So they've got a back four with 3 fullbacks. Probably better defenders than we've got. I'd happily take Man United's defence over the shoddiness that we've got, but I feel if Ryan Mason does what I feel that we should have been doing under Conte and Mourinho, is that if we've got a back three and a defensive sit two, everybody else should be pushing up. You've got 5 players sitting in front of a goalkeeper that ain't going forward. So the other 5 should be like, right, we're going to win the game. Our fullbacks, Perisic, should be saying I'm left winger today. Porro should be like, I'm a right winger today. They shouldn't be having to worry about going back if we push up. But now if we sit off, we've got 5 defenders. Only Longley, for me, has the composure to defend. Romero can defend, but if he loses his head, gone. Dyer doesn't engage, but apparently he's a centre-half. So I want to see us push up. If we push up and press with the same formation and lose, I'll be a little bit happier, and I'll see that Ryan Mason understands what I'm going with. If I just see this lethargic sitting off, Man United getting 3-4 seconds to look up for Rashford, we're going to lose. So I'm not positive at all. My mind's telling me that if we concede early, it could be another Newcastle. I don't know. We're going into the unknowns. I don't know what Ryan Mason's learnt from his last stint. I don't know what the players' minds are. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of hostility at the stadium, I'm guessing. I know people that are going to the protests and all that stuff. Make it hostile. I don't want it to make it hostile just so the team feel that we've got to engage. Make it hostile so Daniel Levy understands, mate, that this ain't a joke, man. You need to piss off or do something about it. And you're not in control of this solution that you've got as well. So, if someone said to me, here's a £5, put a bet on it, 4-0 United. I'll get the vibe of the El Sacico when it was Nuno versus Solskjaer. We got battered by Man United. Something got done at Spurs. This time the manager can't change. Well, it might do because we've already changed twice with 2 assistants in. So I doubt Ryan Mason would get sacked even if we got battered today. But something tells me Man United are just going to turn up. Bruno Fernandes always turns up against us. Rashford has been on great form this season. And when we went to Old Trafford, if they were as clinical as they are now in that game, we would have got the Newcastle earlier in the season. So my head's telling me 4-0 Man United. But then because I'm a Tottenham fan and Tottenham will always give you just that little sense of hope. I'm going to go with my heart. This is my heart. My heart is not a good thing to go with, but I'm going to go with a 2-2. Tottenham to play a little bit better. The fans going, that's a bit more like it. Man United probably deserving to win in a 2-2, but, if my head is what controls my body, and I think maybe 4-0. So who knows? It's Tottenham Hotspur. We're a clown show. Let's just see how it goes. See you at half time. Yes, people. The only reason I'm laughing is because my face looks exactly the same at half time, and it has done for the last God knows how many videos. The result, the halftime score is Man United 2, Tottenham 0, or whichever way you want to look at it, because we're the home side. If I want to take any positives, the players showed fight, which I haven't seen for about 6 weeks. But it shows that even when the players have got a bit of fight, they're just not good enough, man. You can see in Harry Kane's face. I've never seen the guy in the recent weeks look so angry. He looks pissed off. I don't blame him. If Sunday League, if I'm playing football for a team and they're not good enough, I just don't turn up. I just say, look, man, I don't want to play for your team anymore. But Harry Kane can't do that because he's contracted. I'm sure if he could, he'd disappear to wherever he needs to go to right now. I've said on previous videos that whether we play a back 4 or back 5, having Romero cover Porro is just a recipe for disaster. And it proved with the first goal, Sancho, we all know what he's going to do. He's a tricky customer. Hasn't been on the best form for United, but I think it will come because he's still a quality player. Light work. All they have to do is drop his shoulders, and he took both of them out of the game. Literally, what else do you expect a person or footballer on the left-hand side, right-footed to do? You train with Son. I'm sure Son, whenever he's on the left-hand side, cuts in and you're like, oh, yeah, I know what Son is going to do. But when Jadon Sancho turns up and does the same thing, you're like, oh, I didn't know he was going to do that. You should be watching videos. You should be analysing this stuff. If you weren't prepared for Sancho to play that side, Rashford would have done the same thing. It's just embarrassing. I feel sorry for Ryan Mason because he's in the same sort of position as Lampard at Chelsea. You know what I mean? Chelsea's doing it for the love of the club. But it doesn't matter. These players are just, you can't get a tune out of them. They're just idiots. That's what Lampard's probably saying to himself. And it's the same over here on the other side of London. You know, Eriksen's just running the show. You know, a player that Daniel Levy didn't think was good enough to, one, sign up for a new deal after the 7 years of service that he gave to us as a top midfielder. But then when we had the opportunity to get him back from Inter Milan, still didn't want to because he's 30. But he's a year older. You know, he died, came back, and he's making Tottenham look stupid right now. You know, Casemiro's a defensive midfielder, hasn't had to defend. Like, Casemiro's literally a passenger in this game, in a positive way. It's not like he's a passenger because Man United are carrying him. He's just like, he might as well go and have a cigar. He might as well. Casemiro could probably go and have a pint at halftime with the fans come out and still wouldn't have to do anything. You know, the only player that I can look at that's tried to do something is Richarlison, which is what I highlighted at the beginning of the game. I knew he would do this. He can be a hungry player. And, you know, the quality hasn't been there from him, but he's lacking confidence. But at least he's showing that he cares. You know, to be fair, the players are trying, but it's just talent's just not there. You know, and then just when you're thinking, okay, you're not doing anything, but at least you're hanging on in there. Mr. Dyer does his thing. Now, again, like I say, I'm not as good as Eric Dyer, but I know the fundamentals of playing a centre half because I've played there when I haven't wanted to. I'm not a centre half. Do you know what I mean? Like, if anything, I'm a fullback or a centre midfielder. But I've played there, you know, as a captain, filling in for that position. And one rule that I know is that your attacker, if he can see your number, you're finished at it. You're done at it. Whether it's a corner, a through ball, one over the top, a 1-2. If your attacker can see your number, you're done at it. And there's times I've played in an attacking position, so I know full well if I can see the defender's number, I'm nice. But Eric Dyer is like the last defender. He's got Romero and Longley helping him out, and he still can't do the fundamentals. So he's literally done 3 schoolboy errors in the space of like about, what was it, 8 seconds? So first and foremost, he's not side on with his attacker. He's flat, you know, and you're flat against one of the quickest forwards in the Premier League in Marcus Rashford. So as soon as Bruno Fernandes has looked up, you should be like, side on. Because if you're side on, there's no way your attacker can see your number. Now, if he's quicker than you, not only do you go side on, you step back 5 yards because he's going to be quicker than you. It gives you the opportunity to engage. But then Eric Dyer is not a defender that engages. So not only does he allow Rashford to see his number, he does a pirouette, he turns himself back. By the time he's tried to figure out what's going on here, Rashford, yard of pace, light work. Why have we got this guy? Why? Because he's the only defender that we've got that plays in that position. Like Longley probably wouldn't have done much better, but that's not his position. He's a left-sided defender. Romero probably would have got sent off in that role. Ben Davies is in the centre half. But, you know, I'm not going to sit there and say Daniel Levy recruitment team. This is on Eric Dyer again. Like, you're the one that said, you know, you want to play centre half. That's your position. Mourinho has taught me everything. How are you not doing the fundamentals? Like I keep saying to people, if Eric Dyer had my brain at that situation, would have sorted himself out. If I had Eric Dyer's physique and, let's say, talent, I'd be a Premier League player. This guy just hasn't got a brain. Simple as that. I know people that I've played football against and with at centre-half positions, and if they had his, say, talent and physique, they would read that position and get themselves out of trouble. But Eric Dyer's not doing that, and he's our sweeper. It's madness, but I'm not going to allow myself to get too stressed. I predicted 4-0, and my heart said 2-2. So at the minute, it doesn't look like I'll go with my heart. If we pull this back to a 2-2, it'd be a miracle. You know, I wish I'd done this video live because I bet there's people out there going, I wish I'd gone with Jake because I predicted 5-1 last week with Newcastle and come close. And look what's happening now. So, yeah, see you guys at full time. Bonjour, people. Yeah. Change of mood. Face smiling. Feeling good. For a change. Full-time score. Tottenham 2, Man United 2. Again, I've got the prediction right. Now, the reason why I went Tottenham 2-2 with my heart is for the sheer fact that I asked my daughter before the game, what does she think the score's going to be? When she said 2-2, I was like, you know what, that's not a bad score, you know. And that's what happened. You know, shout out Addison, my princess. We've drawn the game 2-2. How do I sum that up? Like, for once, I'm not even moody. You know, the result doesn't get us anywhere. Even if we beat Man United, it doesn't get us anywhere. But this is the type of football I've been crying out for ages. Like, for me, I'm a seasoned fan. Like, if I see an 11 that are trying and we lose, I'm all right with that, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I play football myself and I lose, but I get home and have a bath and I know that I did everything and the people that I'm playing football with did everything, but we lost 4-3. Half the job's done for me because at least we tried. Now, if we've gone and lost 4-3 and I'm not even tired, and, you know, I'm looking at my colleagues and I know that there's players in there that didn't try their hardest or didn't play their hardest or didn't play their best, then that's when I'm pissed off, regardless of the score. So I don't know whether it's Ryan Mason and his team talk. I don't know whether it's the players getting together. I don't know whether it's the release of the dinosaur football. I don't know. But whatever it is, that's what I want from my team week in, week out. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind losing games. I can take losing games. I can take losing in life. It's just how you come back from it. Or when you lost, did you lose giving your all? And that's what I haven't said about this team for like ages. Ages, man. Since Pochettino. I'm not even trying to beg Pochettino's name, but that's the last time where I've seen a team flat on their feet and lose the game. And I'm like, you know what? I've clapped at full time, even if we've lost 3-1. Do you know what I mean? But in this time, there's times where, you know, in this tenure, over the last sort of, you know, since Mourinho's come in, Nuno, all these dinosaur managers, there's times where we've lost 3-0 and I'm not even jumping about. Why? Because the football's been boring, the football hasn't been deserved, but we just took our chances, or basically Harry Kane's playing. But I'm not going to sit there and say all of a sudden we're going to turn into a top team, but for every single player there, this is what you need to do. The fans asked for a response, and for once you gave it. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's due to the fact that the shackles are off. Ryan Mason's let the shackles off. You know, I don't think Ryan Mason's a top level manager, but Ryan Mason, when he was at his pump and he was getting his caps for England, he would have learned a lot of his football and the way he wants to play football from Pochettino. So I'm not going to sit there and say he's the next Poch. You know, I think for Ryan Mason, he's going to have a lot of... He might become a top coach, but, you know, chucking him in at the deep end at Tottenham with the messes that's going on now, it doesn't make sense. But, yeah, there was a good few performances. I don't think there was an outstanding one, but I think just everyone as a team collective stepped up, you know. I could just see people trying. You know, Harry Kane again, you know, I think he got man of the match. When he's not scoring goals, he's everything at the minute to us. You know, if I'm honest, if he leaves, I'll give him all dues. But you know, I don't think there isn't a striker in world football that does what he does on the ball. Do you know what I mean? Because he's scoring that many goals in a dead team, and the way he was pinging balls around, he was pinging the ball around like De Bruyne, but he's capable of banging goals like Haaland. But then them two players are the ones that teared up Arsenal. But literally, Harry Kane is literally a combo of the both. That's why, you know, taking this away, I generally think he's the best striker. Not because of the amount of goals he's scoring, but the fact of the matter is Haaland wouldn't score or do any... Haaland wouldn't have this influence on our team, put it that way. So, yeah, I'm content. I'm not going to sit there and say I'm over the moon because the first half wasn't great. There's lessons we could have learnt. But at least I saw a reaction, which is what I've been asking for time. I've been asking for a reaction from the players. I've been asking for a reaction from the managers, whoever's been in. Most importantly, I've been asking for a reaction from up top. You know, it's like Daniel Levy will probably go home and think, thank the Lord that happened, because I was expecting a hostile cauldron, especially with, you know, us being 2-0 down. I generally thought, you know, my head was going to be correct. But for once, my heart and my daughter got it right. And, you know, we're not going to get Champions League football. Borderline might get some sort of Europa League or Conference League or whatever. But you know, that's something that we need to build on. You know, we'd probably go to Anfield and lose because we haven't got a great record there. But at least we can go there with the energy that we had towards the end of that game. You know, whatever Ryan Mason said, whatever the players felt within their chest, just take that and keep moving on. You know, I don't really care whether we finished 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th or 10th. As long as I see those sort of endeavours in a game, brilliant. Because, you know, if I was lucky enough to be in that opportunity, that's what I'd want to do as a player. Because there's a lot of people out there paying a lot of money, and that's the least that they deserve. You know, I honestly thought that game was going to go down to Kazi because all I was seeing was bald heads that was stressing me out. I'm seeing the referee bald head. I'm seeing Ten Hag bald head. I'm seeing that eagle balded head at the top. And I'm thinking, man, like shaven heads are stressing me out at the minute. But, you know, the referee had a good game. Ten Hag made some dumb decisions. I don't know why he brought Fred and Malacia on when they were comfortable. And Daniel Levy's probably going home in his red panty night because he's got away, because that should have been a hostile one. But the players and, you know, everything around Tottenham's dug him out again. So as much as I'm happy with that, I'm a little bit, you know, annoyed because I know that this will just give Daniel Levy more time to get away with stuff. But, you know, about time we had a good performance. Hats off to Ryan Mason. Hats off to Harry Kane. We go to Anfield, which is a tough game in general. And we'll see how we move. So, again, like I say, comment, like, share, subscribe. I'm not on an angry one today. I'm on a content one. I'll be doing a video again to analyse what's going on with Tottenham. And if you missed that one, we'll see you at Anfield. Love. Have a blessed Thursday. The one up top.